All right, today we're going to talk about the stock market. The stock market. Do you know any vocabulary relating to the stock market? What is a stock? Do you know what that word means? Well, when we talk about a stock, a stock is money raised by a company and it's measured in shares. Okay, and the owners of those shares are called shareholders. Okay, so maybe you might say, I own 100 shares of Tesla. Okay, Tesla's a car company. They're a great company. You might think, hey, the future is electric cars. So I want to make a good investment. So I'm going to invest in this company, in Tesla, in hopes that in the future I'll make a lot of money. So buying stocks is a kind of investing. Okay, I mean, there are lots of different kinds of investing. Some people buy houses, right? You might buy some houses, rent them out, or maybe buy houses, and fix them up a bit, or wait, until the market goes up and then sell them again. I mean, there's all different kinds of investing, right? Buying stocks is a kind of investing. Okay, so, you might have an investment portfolio. An investment portfolio. That means just all your investments, right? You might have some real estate, some stocks, some bonds, some other stuff. Or if you just have stocks, this might be your investment portfolio of stocks, right? You might have some shares in Walmart, some shares in McDonald's, some shares in Apple or Google, or, that's your investment portfolio. Take a look at this screenshot I took a few minutes ago, okay? So it looks like Tesla's stock price, okay, is $388 per share, okay? So that means if you want to buy stock in Tesla, you give them $388 and they give you one share. Okay, which is a small part of the company. Okay, then you can say you own a small piece of Tesla. Now, how many shares, do they have? I don't know, probably millions. So you own a very small piece, right? So don't get too excited. You don't own a big piece. You own a very minuscule piece. Minuscule means very small. Okay, so that's what a stock market is, okay? A stock market is a place where you buy and sell stocks, right? That's what the word market means, right? Like, look at this market here, right? Someone is selling these tomatoes and someone is going to buy these tomatoes, right? That's what a market is. A market is a place where buyers and sellers come together. Now, the word stock market is sort of a vague term just to talk about the overall stock market. Really, there are individual stock exchanges. Okay, you may have heard of the New York Stock Exchange. It's a very famous stock exchange in New York, or maybe the London Stock Exchange, or different countries. I'm sure most countries around the world have stock exchanges. Now, have you ever heard the terms bull market and bear market? Now, these are sort of interesting terms. I don't know why we use the bull and the bear. I don't know why these symbols, have anything to do with the stock market. But when people talk about a bull market, they're talking about a market that's going up. Okay, so it's a good thing. If it's a bull market, it means there's a lot of investor confidence. Everybody's hopeful about the future. Everybody thinks everything's going to go up. It's good news, right? The market is going up. But if the market is going down, then it's called a bear market. Okay, so if it's going down over a period of time, it's not good. That's called a bear market. Okay, so we don't use these terms, for each day. You wouldn't say today it was a bull market, but yesterday it was a bear market. No, we're talking about sort of a trend over a period of time. Right, because every day it goes up and down. But if we look over a period of maybe a few months or a few years or whatever, then it might be a bull market or a bear market. So those are just some interesting terms. Now, in Western countries, we use the color red to indicate if something has gone down. So if you see some stock market numbers in red, that's bad. Okay, if it's in green, that's good. Now, if it's in China, it's the opposite. Okay, in China, red is the color of good luck. Okay, so in China it's the opposite, but here in in Western countries, red, when we're talking about financial things, or when you see the color red, that's usually a bad thing. Actually, that's why we have the idiom "in the red." Okay, so if you say "I'm in the red," that means you lost money. So take a look at this. Okay, you bought $1,000 of stock, and but now it's only its value is 900. Okay, so you could say I'm in the red. I'm in the red. Actually, really, you haven't lost any money because you didn't sell it, right? You only really lose the money if you sell it, right? But you can say I'm in the red. You could say I'm in the red by $100. Okay. Now the opposite, we don't really use this in the opposite. We just use this for the negative. You wouldn't say I'm in the green. Maybe you could. You could probably say that, but it would be better then to say I'm up by $1,500. Okay, I'm up by $1,500. So let's say you bought $1,000. That's your investment, and now its value is $2,500. Okay, then you could say I'm up by $1,500. Boy, that's good news. I wish that for you today if you own stock. So here's an important word, dividend. You may have heard of this word. This is a very common word that you hear, if you're talking about the stock market. Okay, a dividend is money paid by a company to its shareholders. Okay, usually quarterly. Okay, quarterly means 4 times a year. Okay, so if you own a share or a bunch of shares in the company, and if the company pays dividends, they'll give you some money for every share you own. Okay, that's great. They're going to pay you money. Okay, that's awesome. So let's say a company makes money. Okay, a company makes money. That's called profit, right? If you buy something for $1 and you sell it for $2, well, then you made $1 profit, right? That's what companies try to do. They try to make profit. But what do they do with their profits? What do you think a company does with the money they make? If they make a profit, what do? Well, they can either reinvest it into the company, right? They can spend money on research, they can buy stuff for their company, whatever, or they can do a dividend payout, right? They can give the money to their shareholders, right? So you can choose, or they can do maybe a bit of this and a bit of this. There are different approaches companies take. Okay, now you may have heard of these terms, growth stocks and income stocks. What is the difference? Okay, well, think of growth and income. Okay, a growth stock is a stock usually with the aim of growing. Okay, it's a small company, wants to be big. Okay, so it's going to take all of its profits and reinvest, buy stuff or marketing or all that kind of stuff so that it grows in value, right? Whereas an income stock takes the profit, right? Takes the profit, and instead of reinvesting all of it, it gives some or all of it, to its shareholders. Okay, so that's what income, right? It's income. So that means if you own an income stock, right, you're making money without having to sell the stock, right? The stock might be going up and you're making money. So then if you sell the stock, you can make, money from 2 areas. Whereas if you have a growth stock that's not paying a dividend, the only way to make money then is to sell the stock, right? If you buy a stock for $1 and it goes up to $10, wow, you've made a lot of money. But actually, you haven't made any money unless you sell it. So that's sort of the interesting or the exciting, aspect of trading stocks, right? It goes up and down, and you don't know, is it going to go up today and down tomorrow? It's sort of it can be a bit nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking means it can sort of make you go crazy, right? You're sort of thinking about it and worried about it. Oh, what's going to happen? That's what nerve-wracking means. Okay, so trading. Now, trading just means buying and selling. Okay, sometimes you may have heard of people called day traders. Okay, a day trader is a person who makes his living by, by buying and selling stocks every day. They wake up in the morning and they buy and sell stocks throughout the day, and they hope to make some money. Now, the opposite of a day trader is a long-term investor. Okay, so some people, they just say, I'm going to buy, I want to buy this company, like Tesla, for example. If you think Tesla is a good company, or Apple or some other company, okay, you think they're a good company, I'm just going to buy some shares and then forget about it. And I'm just going to wait 10 years. In 10 years, I know this company is going to be great. Okay, so then you're a long-term investor. But sometimes people just do it every day and look at the charts and everything. Those people are called day traders. Okay, now a stockbroker is a person who buys and sells shares on behalf of clients. Okay, so if you don't know anything about, buying, selling stocks, and it's just, overwhelming, you don't know anything about that, you can pay someone, you can pay a stockbroker to do it for you. Okay, so that person is a stockbroker, just like, any other kind of broker. The word broker sort of means a middleman, right? A person who's in between. If you want to buy a house, it's very common to go to a mortgage broker, right? You need a loan for the house, and you don't know which bank or which company offers the best rates. So you might hire a mortgage broker to find you the best rate. At least I hope they find you the best rate. Got to watch out for some financial people. Unfortunately, a lot of people who work in the financial industry are crooks. At least in my opinion, they're crooks. So be very careful. Hey, in my next video, I'm going to teach you guys how to buy stocks in Canada. Okay, where you don't need to pay a stockbroker. You can sort of do it yourself through your bank. I'm going to teach you how to do that here in Canada, and I'm going to share some of my personal experiences. I don't have a lot of experience in the stock market, but I do have a little bit. So I'll tell you about some of my failures in my next video. Okay, so stay tuned for that. But I want to ask you a question. Have you ever owned stocks? Have you ever bought and sold stocks, or did you pay a broker, or I don't know? Let me know your experience in the stock market. I'd be interested to know. So let me know your answer to the homework question down there in the comments. Hey, hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are. Hope that was just some basic vocabulary about the stock market. Hope that helps. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.